Okay, let's go over here. We've got a rack set up with 5 shooters like that. Okay. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Craps. This is John with Pro Craps. Today we're going to do a little bit different than our normal thing for Coffee and Craps. Normally what I do here is, I simulate a casino trip. And what I'm trying to do is show you all, how I practice. It's not about the strategies that I play. It's more about the way that I play, how I manage my bankroll, and how I try to turn myself into a machine when I go to the casinos, because I think it's the way you win, right? Now, I'm a pretty small channel. And even at my size, 200 subscribers here as of June 2021, I still get a ton of emails and comments, and they're great. People ask me really good questions, and they question a couple things that I do. So today's going to be a little bit about answering some of those questions, but also going forward. And one of the questions I get is, where are you going? Why are you doing your channel? What's the point here? Why are you playing at such low levels? Why are you so conservative? Why don't you take the odds? All these kind of things. So what I'm doing is this. Have been running through, let me actually change to my screen here. We've been running through this kind of fake 401g bank account, okay, with $5,000 in it. And the way that I run my trips to the casino is this. I take 10% of what I've got in my actual 401g account. Here we're simulating it, right? So $5,000 401g divided by 10 is $500 per trip. So that means in these practice sessions, I'm taking 10%. Let's say we're going to go $50 per shooter for 10 shooters. That's a $500 trip to the casino. And what I would do with you is take this amount to my table and simulate play based on about $50 per shooter. Now, sometimes I'll bet on myself and that kind of thing. But the point is, how do you turn 500 into 100? How do I earn 20% with whatever I bring? Well, I'd like to change it a little bit today and issue kind of a challenge. Now, I know that DGE, Drunk Guy Explains, has done a challenge in the past where it's turn 100, double it, and then double that again, go to 1,000 with it. That's great. I don't know how realistic that is in the way that we normally play, at least the way that I see it. What does it take to be a professional player? I like to kind of divide that and say, I'm not a professional player, but I play like a professional. I play in a professional manner, which means bankroll, money management, discipline are the things that I really focus on. But let's assume that I've got my kids' college paid for. I got one son just graduated college, daughter's about to go in a couple of years, right? Once that's all paid down and my 401g account is actually here, right, where it would be nice to have it, could you turn that into making a small side hustle at the casino? Can that work? Can you be a professional gambler at this level? And what that looks like to me is this. It means that let's do simple math here. Let's do one shooter, and let's take 10% of our bigger 401g account and say, well, 20% of that is 1,500. Now, if you look at that in terms of units, I'm always talking to y'all about, don't worry about the money, worry about the percentages, and worry about the units. Look at this in terms of units. If this were $75, if this were $5 units, I'm telling you, bring 15 $5 chips, win 3. Turn 15 chips into 3 chips. Y'all be like, that's easy. I can do that with my eyes closed. Okay, fine. When the units are $500 chips, not quite so easy, right? Free pressing, free betting, house money, it changes when the chips are purple than when they're red. So what I want to do here is issue a challenge. Say, can you turn 15 chips into 18 chips? Can you win 3 chips? Today we're going to start that. I'll do it on my end. I'm going to buy in for $7,500. We're going to use $500 chips. I'm going to try strategies today and the rest of these series for the next probably 3 or 4 or 5 sessions or so. Can I turn with my favorite strategies 15 units into 18 units? Can I win 3? Can I win $1,500 every time I show up? I want to be consistently to that point. I want to be machine-like to that point and have strategies that are tuned to win like this. So my challenge to you is this. Concoct your own strategy. Play your own strategy. Buy in for 15 units, whatever bet size it is. But if you've got your own table, throw your purples out there and win me 3. Put in the comments how you did it. What is your strategy to win 3 units, right, consistently? What are the roles that you ran to earn that money? And teach us a little bit about how you play. I think if we're all doing that in the comments here, besides the way that I play on camera, when I find interesting ones, I'll roll them out in future sessions. And we're going to take the Coffee and Crap series in a direction from the practice 401g account into this 3-roll challenge, or this 3-unit challenge for the foreseeable, because I think it's important to see how fast we can do this and how we can tune things to get this done. So today, what I'm going to do, I'll switch this over to the tables, and I'm going to run a super simple session today. We're going to run, I'm going to do simple don't strategy based on the way that Greg at 555 plays it. We're just going to go don't pass for a unit. When the point's established, we're going to go with a 6-unit lay. That's it. Okay. 4 and the 10 will pay us 3 units. The 5 and 9 will pay us 4 units. The 6 and 8 will pay us a full purple. That's the whole strategy. We're going to go nice and light, nice and easy. Out of the gate today, we're going to do the first challenge here, simplest as possible, and we'll start building complexity as we go and seeing which of these things kind of hold up over time. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and split up my bankroll real quick here. Okay, let's get our chips in the rack. And our first shooter is going to be here. And what I'll do here is we'll set up another 4 shooters ahead. And we'll have to kind of note here what this looks like for us as we go. Because this is not going to be even math over here. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So there's 4. Another shooter. A little bit of fumble fingers today, aren't I? We'll do one more. All right, so there are 4 shooters, each with 2 purples and a black, right? There's 4, and what I've got behind that is another 5, another 4 in purple. So our bankroll looks like 4 shooters plus 4 purples. That's how we'll know where we are as we go. So let's go ahead and come out. Our point's going to be a 5. Now, if you watched Cocktails and Craps last week, I was playing around with the idea of hedging this with a lay 4. You can do that with a bankroll of this size. There's not enough really here to put another 1,000 at risk. I'm just not going to do that. We could consider it, I suppose. I mean, in theory, the unit shouldn't matter, right? If you're out here with, this is only 10% of your actual bankroll, laying 2 units against 1 shouldn't really matter. Although, since I don't have a full 10 shooters over here, that's the reason why I hesitate. It's not about the denomination. It's about the number of shooters I can last. So let's go here and crank out a 5. Or I'm sorry, crank out a 7 if we can. So points 5, we've got don't 5 as well as laying 6 units against it. There's a 4. There's your 7. Okay, so what happens here? This is pretty simple. You get paid flat there, and 6 units lay is going to get paid 4. Okay, it's going to pay 3 to 2. So what happens is this, right? Let's look at our bankroll here right now. I'm going to replace what we started with. There's our original bankroll. Okay, and what we won already is almost 2 units. Okay, we're already close to that 3-unit goal within the first shooter here. Let's go ahead and put this out. We'll bring that shooter back up. And again, just trying to keep clear over here if we can. We need to win 1 more unit, and we'll call this good. 1 shooter in the books. We'll be on the 6. Don't love that, right? But again, we're going to lay. This is the strategy, right? You lay against all the numbers. And again, here 6 pays a nice purple. That'd be great. There's a 9. There's the 6 itself. Rears its ugly head. Okay, so we're down on that. We'll pull up our next shooter. What I'll probably do actually is pull that from the profit stack just to kind of keep the bankroll cleaner. So there's that. Actually, I can't do that. I don't have enough in there. We'll pull from here. Let's come out again. Three craps. Pays us here, which is excellent. Four, 3, 7 takes it away, so really it's no difference either way there. Okay, we're on the 8. Again, another not great number for us here on the don't, but that's all right. Strategy says, lay it. There's a hard 6. And there's an 8. Okay, so twice we get waxed. Right? Unlucky on the numbers that are being chosen here for us, right? Here we go again, coming out. Another 8. Boy, not awesome. Lay. Got some work to do here to catch back up, don't we? There's a 9. There's your 7 out. Okay, so we're going to get paid 2 purples, 1 for the flat bet, and 5 to 6 on the lay. Okay, so we can replenish 1 shooter's worth over here. Now we have 1, 2, 3. I can replenish again. Now I got back to square. 4 shooters plus my starting point, right? And we're back to that small profit again. Let's bring this shooter up, see if we can't make some money, and get out of Dodge. There's a 9. Okay, on the 9. Then we'll lay 6 to win 4 units there. It's going to be 3 craps, no effect. There's a 5. Nice thing about the don't strategy is that you can really kind of BS with your friends a little bit. Just kind of stick to yourself and talk, and you don't got to think a whole lot. A lot of craps numbers coming here, but we should be in the DC. It's a hard 6. There's a 10. Shooter's rolling well. Another 10. Yo 11. Another 10. Wow. If you're betting the numbers today on this shooter, you're doing pretty well. There's a boxcars. Again, does nothing for us. Good long roll here for the shooter. What do we have there? 6, 2, 8. Again, no effect to us. 3, 1, 4. Long resolution here. There it is. 5, 2, 7. We'll get paid 1 on the flat. We'll get paid 4 for our 6 over here. For our 6, 4 units for our 6. And let's get reset. Bring it to our rack and let's see where we stand. Okay. Again, we'll need two perps and a black. 1, 2, 3, 4 shooters. There's our initial bankroll. Our winning stack looks like this. 1, 2. And there it is. There's our 3 units, and actually a little extra win today. So that took us longer than I would have hoped it would have. Right? We needed an extra couple of shooters to get there, and we actually took 2 big hits on the 6 and the 8. But we ended up, right, grinding through it and profiting our 3 units out of 15. That didn't take very long. That was like 4 shooters. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and rewatch the video and see what my rolls were. I'll log the rolls out and publish those as part of the description of the video so we can all see what I did here. And again, if you want to start by taking your strategy against the rolls I just did, that's a good place to start, right? I'd also want to see how you do with your own rolls and publish those as well. So follow my lead here. We're going to go back to, let's see, I'll get back to the computer here. And what I'll have you do is this. I'm going to go log, as I said, on the description for the video, the rolls we just did, so you have a reference for those. So you can do them against yourself. I want you to log me in your comments how you did against those rolls, and then your own rolls and what your strategy you played to win 3 units. And again, the math is great. If you can afford that kind of buy-in, 3 units is not a tall order, right? But it does this. And if you can do that, you know, once a month or twice a month, that's okay, right? That's not bad if your bankroll supports that. So I wanted to prove to you that playing conservative, although it's not exciting, and although it doesn't make for the greatest YouTube videos, it does make you consistent money. And that's what we want to do, is get consistent money. You don't have to sit there with 30 bucks on the don't pass and grind for 6 hours, right? A bigger bankroll, you can be in and out pretty quick. This is just like a hit and run strategy today when it works out that way. So anyway, that's it. Let's go ahead and have you all, again, leave us comments with your strategies, how you did against my rolls. I'd love to see what your rolls were and publish how you did it. And again, I'll start taking notes here. And as we go through, I'll start sharing those with everybody else. So that's it for today's episode. I'll see you in a couple days. We'll do the same thing with a different strategy. I'll do the same challenge myself. I'll put a different strategy out there. We'll see how it works out. And that's it. Have a great day. If you're in the West Coast where it's scorching heat, protect yourselves. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you at the tables.